Hello, Mother's Land community. It's Tanya in North Georgia. So today we are looking at our sweet potatoes. It's the very end of September, and the sweet potatoes have been in the ground probably longer than they should have. And I wanted you to see that I have cut back all those long vines. I've cut them back all through this bed. I do know that they've probably been out of here for at least anywhere between 120, 150 days. So 110 is the max I've heard on them being in the ground. And so I knew I needed to come on and dig them up, get them cured in time for my sweet potato pies for Thanksgiving. So I did go ahead and start digging a hole, and I just wanted to show you. We've always had great success with our sweet potatoes. And as I dug in this hole, I see a little hole and a couple of little holes, and I wonder if that was because I may have kept them in the ground a little too long. But look at this, guys. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. This is a sandy soil. I added sand to it. Yeah, I see a few holes, and I'm thinking that was because next year, I don't think I'm going to plant them as early. I think I planted them like the 1st of April, and I may wait a month to plant them, or I could just dig them up sooner. Maybe that's what I'll do. But anyway, so I have a shovel that I'm being extremely careful with. I much rather, oh wow, did you all see that? I much rather just pull them up by hand, and I'm going to put them on a layer. I'm going to put them on the table in the high tunnel, them to cure. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Beautiful. Not going to wash them off or anything. I'm going to let them cure in the high tunnel. Last year, I had them cure in a closet with a heater and a humidifier. Thank goodness we have the hot tunnel this time. So we're going to go through this whole bed and pick these. Look at the shape. Sometimes they do come out like this shape. That was more like the first year that we did them in this bed. I've also heard discrepancies on, most farmers would tell you that you need to rotate your crops. we do that quite often. But for the sweet potatoes, I've heard because they don't require the nutrients in the soil, you don't have to add anything to the soil, that you want to keep the same bed for several years and then rotate them. I've heard differences of opinion on that also. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and dig these all up, this whole bed right here, and get back with you and let you know what we found. It's almost like Christmas to me. See you later, Mother's Land community. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Yeah, I want you to get a look at the vines. These are all the vines that we will be reusing to supplement our soil. I'm not going to put them into a compost. I'm just going to lay them on top of the soil, almost like a cover crop. See you guys later. Okay, Mother's Land community. Matthew came. We dug out the whole bin. And we have a wheelbarrow that is full of sweet potatoes. As you notice, though, I want you to see that I am ever learning. Some of these split, and they also have holes in them. Not that one. Here's a good one. Some of them also have holes in them. So last year, the first year, I planted them late, and they did really good in the same bin. The next year, I planted them early, and I put them in this bin, and they didn't do so well. And so the next year I planted them in this bin, and they were huge. I'm wondering if some of them may have been yams and not all sweet potatoes. This year I made sure I got all sweet potatoes, but they also had holes in them. So what I'm realizing is that I'm planting too early, or I'm digging them up too late. I really need to make sure that I date when I'm planting so that I can be sure to harvest them right on time, like 100 to 110 days. And I think that they will be better quality. We're going to try it next year. So with these, we are going to take them into the high tunnel. We're going to lay them one single layer on a table, and the temperatures are still getting up pretty nicely in the day. They say they should be between 80 to 85 degrees, and we will see what they taste like come November. See you later, Mother's Land community. Thank you again. Bye-bye.